The most loyal genius in history, the tragic, perfect life of Zhuge Liang. Chapter 1. Opening epic hook and subversion. In the entire history of China's Three Kingdoms era, countless heroes rose and fell. Warlords fought for territory. Strategists chased victory. Ambitious men strove for imperial supremacy. Yet after thousands of years, only one figure stands beyond victory and defeat Zhuge Liang. To the whole world, he is a legendary genius, a flawless advisor, the ultimate symbol of loyalty. We memorize his tactics, praise his unmatched wisdom, admire his unshakable dedication. But most people only see his mythic glory. They ignore endless pain, helplessness, and the tragic fate that shaped his whole life. He is one of the rare men in history, with near-perfect morality, intelligence, self-discipline, and responsibility. Yet his life was doomed from the very start. He served the weakest lord, defended the smallest kingdom, stood against the most powerful empire. He clearly saw the irreversible tide of history, but he chose to defy fate, launched countless uphill battles, burned his whole life for an unfinished dream. Why did Zhuge Liang keep fighting a war he knew he could never win? Was his lifelong devotion pure saintliness or a tragic, self-destructive obsession? What truly destroyed the greatest genius of the Three Kingdoms? Today, we strip away all legends and deified tales. We explore the complete life of Zhuge Liang, an ordinary mortal who became the eternal spiritual icon of a whole nation. Chapter 2. Turbulent childhood and reclusive enlightenment. Zhuge Liang was not born a supernatural genius. His extraordinary character and foresight were forged by endless suffering in his early years. He was born in the chaotic late Han Dynasty, an age of collapse, nationwide wars, and social breakdown. He lost his father at a young age. His guardian uncle passed away when he was a teenager. His hometown was destroyed by warfare. His clan scattered apart. He wandered helpless across broken lands in childhood. He witnessed brutal massacres, homeless displaced civilians, the total collapse of all social order. While most young men of that time drowned in chaos, Zhuge Liang saw the core truth of this troubled world. The world fell into turmoil, not for a lack of warriors, but a lack of morality, responsibility, and righteous leaders. During his 10 years of seclusion at Wuzhang, he did not run away from reality out of cowardice. Instead, he devoted himself to ancient classics, observed national power trends, deduced political patterns, mastered complete systems of governance, military strategy, and state administration. When he compared himself to Guanzhong and Yue Yi, it was not arrogant boasting, it was a youthful oath. In this chaotic world, I will stand up to save the nation and comfort suffering people. This formed the eternal root of his loyalty. He was never loyal merely to Liu Bei alone. He was loyal to righteousness in troubled times, to millions of suffering civilians, to his original aspiration to save the world. Chapter 3. Meeting a true lord and leaving seclusion. When Zhuge Liang finished years of study and self-cultivation, the whole national political landscape was already fixed. Cao Cao ruled the rich northern plains with overwhelming military strength. Sun Quan inherited solid Jiangdong territory with elite troops. All talented scholars and strategists rushed to serve these powerful warlords, chasing fame, wealth, and stable official careers. Only Liu Bei stood alone, powerless, wandering from place to place, defeated time after time. No fixed territory, no strong army backing him. Against all worldly logic and self-interest, Zhuge Liang chose the weakest hardest, yet most benevolent lord of the whole era. His Longzhong plan was far more than simple tactical layout. In his 20s, he precisely predicted the tripartite power balance that would dominate the next 30 years of history. From the day he accepted Liu Bei's 3 mountain visits, Zhuge Liang abandoned quiet seclusion forever. He did not choose easy glory. He picked the hardest road, a hopeless mission, and a lifetime of endless toil and sacrifice. Chapter 4. Building Shu from nothing, the Unsung founder. Most audiences only remember Zhuge Liang's battlefield tactics, but his greatest, most underrated talent lies in national governance and regime construction. Before meeting Zhuge Liang, Liu Bei wandered and failed for decades. He owned loyal generals, but no stable territory, systematic laws, sustainable economy, or long-term national blueprint. Zhuge Liang fully transformed Liu Bei's loose wandering army into a formal, disciplined, powerful state regime. He sorted messy internal politics, established complete legal codes, rectified official administration, recruited hidden capable talents, stabilized chaotic rear lands, built solid long-distance supply logistics systems. The victory of the Red Cliff Battle, stable control over Jingzhou and Yizhou, and the founding of Shuhan, all these achievements rested on Zhuge Liang's silent, solid foundation. While other heroes shined brightly on battlefields, Zhuge Liang single-handedly supported the whole survival lifeline of the rising Shu kingdom. Chapter 5. Sudden collapse, the destruction of a dynasty's hope. Just as the Shuhan regime gradually took shape and the revival blueprint began to take shape, history struck a devastating, fatal blow. Guan Yu lost Jingzhou in a sudden defeat and sacrificed his life. Zhang Fei was assassinated due to internal conflicts. Overwhelmed by grief and rage, Liu Bei abandoned all rational judgment, launched a huge punitive military expedition against Wu. The catastrophic Battle of Yiling wiped out nearly all Shu elite troops within just a few short years. Shu lost its most vital strategic territory, core veteran generals, elite main army, and decades of accumulated national strength. The Grand Longzhong Plan, which planned 30 years of national layout, collapsed completely overnight. The whole world saw clearly. Weak Shuhan had no chance of revival. The general historical trend could no longer be reversed. All warlords and ministers began seeking new ways to survive. Only Zhuge Liang stood firm amid total ruins, bearing the broken dynasty all by himself. Chapter 6. Baidi Tuogu, the Oath of a Lifetime. Liu Bei's final entrustment at Baidi City is the most sincere, weighty monarch-minister promise in ancient Chinese history. When Liu Bei said, "If my son lacks talent to rule, you may take the throne yourself," this was never a test of loyalty. It represented absolute trust built over decades of partnership. At that moment, Zhuge Liang wept and swore an eternal oath. "I will devote my entire life to this state, work tirelessly until my last breath." From this moment onward, he was no longer merely prime minister or military advisor. He became the only pillar supporting collapsing Shuhan, the sole reliance of young Emperor Liu Shan, and the last bottom line of righteousness in chaotic Three Kingdoms. He took over a devastated country, an immature young ruler, and an almost impossible mission of national revival. Every step he took afterward was heavy, lonely, and desperate. Chapter 7. Reviving a broken nation, the lone governor. In the hardest decade after the Baidi entrustment, Zhuge Liang showed a terrifying ability as a supreme ruler. Facing internal unrest, powerful local clans, economic collapse, and public panic. He enforced strict yet fair laws across all Shu lands. He rewarded merit and punished faults without favoritism, restrained arrogant aristocratic clans, protected ordinary civilians, restored farming production and a stable social order under his governance. Small, war-ruined Shu Han became the cleanest, most stable, and peaceful regime of the three kingdoms. Roads remained safe even at night. Society operated in perfect order. People lived and worked in peace. He never formed political cliques, never chased personal wealth or gain, maintained extreme frugality his whole life, left no private property for his own family, with absolute self-discipline and iron-handed, impartial governance. He single-handedly revived a dying nation on the brink of collapse. Chapter 8. The Truth of Northern Expeditions, Fighting the Impossible Fate. Many people misunderstand Zhuge Liang's northern campaigns. They claim he wasted national resources on endless, meaningless wars. But real historical truth is far more tragic. Cao occupied the rich northern central plains. Its population and national strength were dozens of times larger than Shu Han. If Shu chose peace and passive defense, the strength gap between the two regimes would widen year after year. Eventually, Shu would be fully annexed without resistance. Zhuge Liang's northern expeditions were never reckless aggression. They were the only viable survival strategy: attack as defense. Create slim chances amid total despair. Fight for the tiny possibility of national revival. In 5 grueling northern campaigns, he repeatedly won tactical victories, defeated powerful Wei armies, shook the entire northern border defense line. Yet every time he drew close to strategic success, he was held back by insufficient grain supplies, a lack of reserve talented generals, and the overwhelming gap in overall national strength. He could defeat enemy soldiers on the battlefield, but he could never reverse the irreversible tide of history. He fought brilliantly, yet his ultimate defeat was preordained. Chapter 9. Falling at Wuzhang Plains, burning life for faith. In his later years, Zhuge Liang's body completely broke down. Under endless overwork and heavy mental pressure, he ate very little, slept barely any time, personally checked every military and political affair. Even military punishments, above 20 strokes, required his personal review. It was not that he refused to delegate authority. No official inside all Shu Han could bear the weight of his responsibilities. The fate of the whole country, the future of young Emperor Liu Shan, the promise sworn to Liu Bei, and the hopes of countless civilians, all weighed solely on his shoulders alone. In the cold autumn wind of Wuzhang Plains, the exhausted genius burned out his last breath of life. He passed away on the battlefield, in the middle of his lifelong struggle. He fulfilled every oath, every duty, every promise with his entire life. He owed Liu Bei nothing, owed the Shu nation nothing, faced his original ideals without any shame. Chapter 10. Millennial debate saint or obsessed mortal. For thousands of years, historians and readers hold split opinions on Zhuge Liang's life. Some believe his persistence was excessive obsession. His endless northern expeditions drained Shu's national resources, speeding up the dynasty's final collapse. Others regard him as the ultimate idealist in human history. In an era where everyone chased profit and self-preservation, only he clung firmly to faith and righteousness until death. But the real Zhuge Liang held no selfish desire or ambition. His persistence was not blind stubbornness. It was the rarest sense of responsibility in a chaotic, troubled world. He could have chosen easy retirement and peace, or surrendered to the powerful mainstream trend for stable survival. Instead, he chose to bear all suffering alone for loyalty, morality, and unfinished hope. Chapter 11. Eternal Glory. The man who lost the world but won history. Cao Cao conquered the whole land with unmatched military strength. Yet he was labeled cunning and treacherous for thousands of years. Sima Yi seized the final victory of this era, but he carries permanent controversy of conspiracy and usurpation. Only Zhuge Liang. He lost all wars, lost his kingdom, lost his lifelong dream. Yet he earned eternal respect from all generations of history. He did not seize territory or supreme power. He achieved perfect moral character, unyielding faith, and the noblest spiritual monument of the Chinese nation. In a turbulent age where everyone followed the powerful trend, he swam against the current alone. When all men chose selfish survival, he chose selfless, lifelong dedication. His life proves faith can transcend victory and defeat. Spirit can surpass time in thousands of years of history. Chapter 12. Ending Interaction, a next episode preview. After learning Zhuge Liang's tragic and glorious full life, who is more admirable, loyal Zhuge Liang or patient Sima Yi? Tap to watch Sima Yi's complete hidden life story. Subscribe for more Three Kingdoms epic historical documentaries.